Thanks for staying tuned. Here's the major news on 92.3 Nigeria Info in Port Harcourt. I'm Adedayo Elusakin. Apologies for bringing it a little behind schedule. On the news this evening, court in Port Harcourt stops further legal processes in fresh case over APC congresses. Governor Wikin PDP National Secretariat in Abuja as party's BOT holds emergency meeting. Federal government tells striking resident doctors to resume work. Now on the foreign scene, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates describes his divorce as source of great personal sadness. A High Court in Port Harcourt today stopped further legal processes in a fresh case over the APC nationwide congresses. Recall that Steve Warner and 6 others went to court on Monday challenging the conduct of the APC Congress, saying they were denied APC forms despite payment. Justice O. Ben White, who was expected to hear the notice on the motion of interlocutory injunction today, was informed that an appeal has been filed by APC lawyers. A judge, after carefully listening to the argument of lawyers in the case, stopped hearing of the matter since there was proof that an appeal has been entered on the subject matter. A judge, however, said his earlier directive that the existing state should remain still stands. In the meantime, Henry Bello, lawyer to Stephen Warner and 6 others, spoke on the ruling of the court.
I'm counsel to Stephen Warner and 6 others in the matter regarding the conduct of World Congress in Rivers State, where the claimants were excluded. The court made an order for maintenance of status quo, and an appeal has been lodged against that order. And in deference to the Court of Appeal, as a matter of respect to the Court of Appeal, to the senior court, to the High Court, the court has stayed proceedings in that matter to await the decision of the Court of Appeal. That is what transpired today.
Correspondent Soibi Oluwani reports that senior advocate of Nigeria, Tenduru Eden, who was the lawyer to APC National, explained why they approached the Court of Appeal.
Those who claim to be APC members took the matter. APC, upon becoming aware of same, appealed against the assumption of jurisdiction and the orders made ex parte. We followed that up by entering the appeal, filed a motion to stay proceedings. So this morning when we appeared and the court said it had fixed motion for interlocutory injunction, we drew the attention of the Honorable Court to it, that we were already at the Court of Appeal and it is proper to stay proceedings. The court has accordingly granted that application.
Moving on, Governor Nyesom Wike was seen at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja today, where the party's Board of Trustees deliberated on the internal crisis rocking the party, following calls for the resignation of party chairmen. And governors do not attend PDP's bill. Wike is believed to be behind the growing calls for Secondus to resign after he publicly called the PDP chairman a liar last month. And present at today's meeting was the BOT chairman, Senator Wale Jibrin, the immediate past Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, former Foreign Affairs Minister Tom Ikime, former Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Tanimu Turaki, ex-Osun State Governor Prince Olagunsoye Oyinlola, amongst others. Well, Chairman of the BOT, Senator Wale Jibrin, says the meeting was important because of the crisis in the party and the challenges required that the board intervenes. Senator Jibrin told members of the BOT that the APC government has failed the country and it is not the time for the PDP to be engaging in in-house fighting. He said the PDP must put its house in order and prepare for its Congress to elect leaders ahead of the next general election. Senator Jibril also called on the national chairman and the national working committee of the party to resolve the challenges. He also appealed to members of the party to be fearless as they diagnose the challenges facing it. In the meantime, the PDP national chairman, Uche Secondus, who the national officers blamed for the resignation, said regardless of the divergent opinions, the party's national congress planned for December will make way for a smooth transition from one NWC to another peacefully. He explained that the NWC made efforts to get the national officers that resigned to rescind the decision, including meeting with them, but that did not change their minds. He appealed to the BOT to look critically at the issues to avoid jeopardizing the planned National Congress. And away from that, the Department of State Services has denied arresting and detaining some Nigerians on the orders of what they called some powerful citizens. The Secret Police said it has been following the standard operation procedure on the Criminal Justice Administration. The DSS was reacting to a comment by a former media aide to the late President, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Olusegun Adeniyi. In his column today, Adeniyi said hundreds of innocent citizens are currently in police and state security services detention centers following arrests ordered by powerful men and women. Still ahead, federal government tells striking resident doctors to resume work. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the major news on Nigeria Info. And some students of the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education who were recently awarded first-class honors were made to write a qualifying test today to prove they merit their first-class status. As some of the students who spoke to correspondent Martha Okere just before the exam started criticized it, saying the information about the test was vague and on short notice, while others welcomed the idea.
If you say you don't trust us, we did not give ourselves the score.
My department brought our names 2 days ago. If I was to be in another state or maybe even out of the country, how would I have come back?
How are we going to defend a result in 30 minutes for a result that was accumulated over the years?
Why don't they verify those that are in second class that are supposed to come down to third class?
How about those persons that won't be able to meet up the score they want for today? What would they do about them?
We don't know the index of measuring.
For the RMS to be so porous to allow students to get access to it, that makes the results management system totally unuseful.
I think they are having a lot of students coming at the same grade level.
If we are to read everything we do, we're going to read like 80 courses. So the problem is that they didn't narrow it down for us. But then I feel like it's actually a pathway to progress.
Now, some of the students also spoke to our correspondent after writing a 45-minute test, which they said was on quantitative reasoning.
We saw a lot of questions that we really reasoned a lot to answer them. I must say this, it's not really worth it. I don't see a position where this particular exam we wrote to be used to determine a 4-year struggle of an individual.
Do you know that I went and read on year 1 of my profession? Do you know that what I saw there was something else? As I'm talking, I'm bleeding inside my heart. For my 5 years, 4 years was COVID-19. Some person did not even write. Computer science department, they uploaded their edition on Saturday, and the ones that came after class did not write. One woman just came with her baby. 2 minutes to the exam, they just gave her paper and she did not even write anything.
As you may know, the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education decided that all 2021 graduating students with a cumulative grade point average of 4.5 and above take what they call a qualifying test due to concerns that certain factors may have influenced the first-class degrees obtained by these students. Meanwhile, cholera outbreak and other waterborne diseases are said to be threatening Bile Kingdom in Degema Council of Rivers State. A statement from the local government council said the council chairman has led a team of medical personnel to the area to assess the situation. He said Governor Nyesom Wike has directed the Ministry of Health and other relevant agencies to respond to the health crisis and bring it under control. And to the federal government now, as it's asked striking resident doctors to resume work as most of the issues they have raised are state affairs. Minister of Health Dr. Osage Ehanire told journalists in Abuja that 7 of 12 matters that were raised by the National Association of Resident Doctors were the responsibility of state government. He said he expects the resident doctors to resume work on Friday and take up these issues with the state government rather than embark on the nationwide strike. And back to Rivers State, where the state's police command says its deputy police spokesman Christian Udogu slumped and died last night. Spokesman of the command, Nnamdi Moni, made this known in a statement this morning. DSP Udogu was said to have been with his family watching TV when he suddenly complained of chest pain and slumped. He was a sports personality who played volleyball for many years, representing Rivers State in national and international competitions, winning laurels.
And now the business news.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has revealed that it has so far recovered 89.2 billion naira of customers' money in Nigeria based on verified complaints that were investigated and found to be true as of June. The Apex Bank also disclosed that Nigeria's financial system was not in any form of distress, has been rumored, stressing that the system was sound, resilient and stable, as commercial banks were found to be safe.
Take it away with the entertainment news.
Nollywood filmmaker Chris Ihidero says the Nigerian film industry has the capacity to produce great original content of global quality if the industry is adequately funded. Ihidero said this while discussing the recent attention the industry is enjoying from global players, especially giants like Netflix, Showmax and Canal+. Athletes being banned due to the AFN's failure to comply with out-of-competition testing rules, to the recent situation of athletes being given a single kit manufactured by another sports brand.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has admitted he made a huge mistake in spending time with sex offender and disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. Gates said he had dinners, a philanthropy project that did not emerge and should not have given him credibility. Epstein hanged himself in jail in 2019 while awaiting a sex trafficking trial. Mr. Gates also discussed his divorce with Melinda French Gates, calling it a source of great personal sadness. And that's it. On the news this evening, you heard a court in Port Harcourt has stopped further legal processes in fresh case over APC congresses. Governor Wike was in the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja today as the party's BOT held an emergency meeting to resolve its crisis. The federal government has told the striking resident doctors to resume work. On the foreign scene, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has described his divorce as a source of great personal sadness. And that was the news. Is edited by Choma Ezenwafo. Contact our newsroom on 0818 90017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Adedayo. Elusakin. Thanks for listening. Good evening.